We gotta understand this, that students always gonna come inside our classrooms, and they're always gonna come with different ethnicities, different races. We're gonna have Mexican, we're gonna have Puerto Ricans, we're gonna have Africans, no matter. We gotta understand that we have to give account to every race, gotta give account to every student that comes inside of our classrooms, because if we don't, we're not doing our job as teachers. We have to incorporate all of the practices, everything that each student is recognized for. We have to give account to their growth. We have to incorporate more culture into the classrooms. How? Cultural competence. How can we incorporate that into our classrooms? It's by understanding their beliefs and values. It's by bringing all of what they're going through inside the classroom. It's by separating what they believe in, separating their values and trying to bring it all together. Not bringing division into the classroom, because Mexicans or different people from race are always going to have different perspectives of stuff. But it's our job to understand where they're coming from. It's our job to understand what the families are facing. If I have a Mexican in my class, my best job is to help them grow. My best job is to understand what they practice. How can I incorporate cultural influence? It's by understanding that there's going to be different students in the classroom. Understanding where they're coming from, studying more to give account to who they're going to be in the future. Because where they come from is very important. Or who they become is much more important. And through their culture, they could become somebody more successful. Social emotion. How can I bring that into the class? I always say that kids always going through something. But the most important after understanding is talking to them. Is studying what they've been through. Is looking in what is the family going through at the moment and trying to help them express how they feel. Trying to help them be the person who they really are. Not hiding who they really are. But helping them become a better person if they want to become that. Strategies. Thinking about strategies for home language. My best bet is getting parents involved and helping understand their lifestyle, because when you get parents involved with the students, it brings them more understanding of what the students are going through. Because if we get a perspective from the parents and we totally understand what the parents have been going through, and then maybe they lived in Puerto Rico, or maybe they lived in somewhere else and they come here, they're going to be all confused and they're going to be going through so much. And the whole thing is to help the parents. That's how I feel. To help the parents in order to help the students and understand how can we help their language. How can we help build their skills, their reading skills, their writing skills. Strategies for communication. I feel like by incorporating projects, incorporating different things in the classroom, that's how these students are going to reach out. That's how these students are going to become outspoken. That's how these students are going to not be shy, not be timid, but speak out loud and allow them to practice their language, allow them to practice their vocabulary in front of everybody. That's how I learn. That's how a lot of people learn, from different things, from a job just helping you speak those languages, because I myself didn't speak Spanish until they placed me in a job. And that's when I started practicing for real. I didn't learn in school, but these students can be able to learn if we give them the right materials. What strategies can I use for family involvement? I feel like I said before, getting parents involved in trips and activities, helping them with with the programs they need also. Because if we help the parents, we're gonna help the students also. Strategies for culture. I say, like, if the school have cultural days, if we can have a day just to study, just to talk about where they came from, that is going to help them as well. Just to recognize where they came from is going to bring up their spirits, and it's going to help them realize who they really are. Inclusive school and classroom environment. I feel like just making the students more comfortable in their environment by making sure that they have everything they need, making sure that nothing's missing, making sure that there's no debate, like a student doesn't say, oh, I'm better than you because I'm white or anything like that. None of that. Just making everything quiet and an atmosphere that makes them comfortable to be themselves. That's the most important in a room of diversity. Family in the classrooms. I feel like bringing family members in to discuss where they come from so that the students can know for real, like their history. Because students are not going to be interested in that. But if they have a grandmother that knew a president, if they have anybody that knew any history from back then, the students are going to get more interested in where they really came from. I feel like with the community, how to get community involved. If they have any celebration like Martin Luther King's Day, get the students involved in that, in the culture, like what Martin Luther King had to go through in his culture, why we celebrate his birthday, stuff like that. And doing different activities, helping out the community, allowing the students to do different activities in the community is going to help them as well. And family and community practice, it helped build language learning by communication and understanding. That's how I feel about all of this. So thank you for listening.